People don't stand in line for a phone. They stand in line for a feeling. Every year, before an Apple launch, the same scene repeats itself. Long queues. Some people arrive at dawn. Some camp overnight. The question everyone asks is simple. Why? Why wait for hours, sometimes days, for a phone you could buy online? The answer isn't technology. It's marketing psychology. Apple doesn't sell products. Apple sells identity. When someone buys an iPhone, they're not just buying a device. They're buying into a story that says, I value design. I value simplicity. I value quality. I am different from the crowd. Apple carefully crafts this idea long before the product ever launches. They don't flood the internet with specs. They don't over-explain features. They create mystery, silence, controlled leaks. This builds anticipation. The human brain hates uncertainty, so when launch day arrives, people want closure. Standing in line becomes part of that emotional release. Scarcity plays a huge role. Even when Apple has millions of units ready, the perception is that supply is limited. First batch sold out, limited availability. This triggers fear of missing out. When people believe something is scarce, its value instantly increases. Standing in line becomes proof that the product is worth the effort. There's also social validation. When people see long queues, they assume the product must be extraordinary. Humans copy other humans. If hundreds of people are waiting, the brain thinks they know something I don't. The line itself becomes marketing. No advertisement is more powerful than a crowd. Apple stores are designed like temples, clean, minimal, bright, calm. Walking into an Apple store doesn't feel like shopping. It feels like an experience. Standing in line outside that store feels like waiting to enter something special. This transforms waiting from frustration into pride. People take photos. They post online. I was there. The wait becomes a badge of honor. Apple also understands timing. Launch events are theatrical, carefully scripted, emotional language. Phrases like "the best iPhone we've ever made" are repeated every year, not to inform, but to reassure. Buyers want confirmation that they made the right choice. The line gives them time to emotionally commit before they even touch the product. Brand loyalty is another key factor. Apple users don't just like Apple, they defend it. When someone invests years into an ecosystem, iCloud, iMessage, AirPods, the cost of leaving becomes emotional, not technical. Standing in line is a ritual that reinforces loyalty. It says, I belong here. Then there's the simplicity factor. Apple doesn't overwhelm people with choices. One or two models, clear pricing, clear messaging. When decisions are easy, action is faster. People don't hesitate, they commit. Standing in line removes the final friction. The decision is already made. Apple also mastered storytelling around innovation. Even small upgrades are framed as breakthroughs. Better camera? It's not just sharper, it changes how you capture memories. Slightly faster chip? It's not speed, it's power for your creativity. People don't buy features, they buy future possibilities. The line is where that future feels closest. There's also status signaling. Owning the latest iPhone on day one sends a message. I'm up to date. I'm successful. I'm informed. Standing publicly displays that commitment. It's subtle but powerful. Humans care deeply about how they're perceived. Finally, Apple understands one simple truth. Effort increases value. When you work for something, even by waiting, you value it more. Psychologically, standing in line justifies the purchase. The brain thinks, if I waited this long, it must be worth it. That reduces regret and increases satisfaction. So people don't stand in line because they have to. They stand in line because Apple made waiting meaningful. It's not about the phone. It's about anticipation, belonging, identity, and belief. And that's the real genius of Apple's marketing.